Good evening. Honorable Deputy Minister as guest of honor, Honorable Presidential Advisor, Honorable Ministers, Honorable Members of Parliament, dear colleagues, friends of the German Embassy, and all protocol observed. We are here with the whole team of the German Embassy, and on behalf of the whole team of the German Embassy, I would like to warmly welcome you to the celebration of our National Day. We celebrate today the Day of German Unity, and that means the German reunification that was achieved today, 34 years ago. October 3rd, 1990 is a landmark date for Germany. And for many of those of the German community present here, namely those who were born in the 70s, or like me even before, I can surely say we all remember exactly where we were on that historic day, October 3rd in 1990, and we all have our special memories of this special day. Please allow me to briefly address the German community in South Sudan. Liebe Landsleute, ich möchte Ihnen im Namen der deutschen Botschaft zum 34. Jahrestag der deutschen Einheit gratulieren und ich möchte Ihnen allen ein herzliches Dankeschön für Ihr so wichtiges Engagement in Südsudan aussprechen. To celebrate the National Day here in Juba is a good opportunity to look at the relations between South Sudan and Germany. Germany is a long-standing partner and friend to the people of South Sudan. As many of you know, this friendship dates back to as late as the 70s of the last century. Already in those years, there were activities in then southern Sudan. We saw activities of representatives of German churches, of development cooperation via the GIZ, at that time it was called GTZ, or NGOs that worked, for example, on conservation of wildlife in southern Sudan. In my talks with South Sudanese officials, I'm often deeply impressed how vividly these projects are still remembered. Our cooperation has grown and developed, and Germany is today one of the most engaged partners in South Sudan when it comes to development cooperation, humanitarian assistance, and projects of stabilization. I'm very grateful to our colleagues from the GIZ who have prepared the presentation of films and photos of highlights of our development cooperation, which we will run throughout the receptions on the screens which you see. And very much in particular, I want to highlight the German contribution to UNMISS and say a special greeting to the German soldiers, police officers, and civil experts who serve in UNMISS. Let's for a moment talk about the humanitarian assistance. While the prime responsibility to address the humanitarian and social needs is on the government of South Sudan, we are here to support and to complement these efforts of the South Sudanese governments. And it is in that context that we play our part in contributing to address the humanitarian needs, very concretely at the moment by providing additional funding in view of the impacts of the flooding situation, and also in view of the challenging of the re-emergence of the Mpox virus in neighboring countries. On the bilateral political relations, I want to highlight the visit of the German Foreign Minister to South Sudan this year on January 26th. The topic which were discussed in her talks with the leadership of South Sudan remain relevant today. I would say even more so after the decision to once again extend the transitional period. One example, the German foreign minister highlighted the urgency to fully and swiftly implement the peace agreement and to do it in a way of constructive dialogue amongst all partners with the objective of finding consensus where consensus is lacking. While the discussion at the moment is ongoing how to make sure that the 2-year extension ahead takes a very different approach than the previous one, the messages of the German foreign minister remain urgent and relevant. We also find in the German embassy that our cooperation with South Sudan should not be limited to areas of crisis and challenges. We also want to be a partner in showing the potential of South Sudan. And this is why we have been for several years a partner in the cultural field to promote, for example, festivals of traditional dances via the Juba Film Festival, the work of South Sudanese filmmakers, actors and actresses. Just a few weeks ago, the winner of last year's Juba Film Festival, the very fine movie Village Beauty, has been, together with 3 other South Sudanese films, chosen in a tight competition to be invited to the Zanzibar International Film Festival and thus has been put to international attention. As a long-standing partner to this Juba Film Festival, we share the pride of the whole team of Village Beauty. In closing, I want to convey on this special day best wishes to the people of South Sudan. The German embassy is committed to continue building strong bilateral relations between our 2 countries and to actively work in all the fields which I have mentioned with the aim to contribute to a future for South Sudan which brings improvements for the population, which lets the potential of South Sudan shine, and which is preserving the peace. Thank you very much.
Very